Hi, it's Leslie, Married at First Sight, and this week we had two more weddings. First up, it's Jasmine and Aris. Jasmine, the pageant girl, and Aris, basically the ex-player. I feel like every season we have at least one Jasmine or Jasmina or something like that. So this is our one this season. Seems like Aris doesn't have a very supportive family, and that was like across the board with all these people too. Granted, this is something strange, so I get it. And Aris has never lived with a woman, and so this is going to be his first time right out of the blocks. What made me a little nervous about Aris is he was just like, it was so much on the looks. It was kind of like if he saw something he didn't like, he would want to just run. And I'm like, oh, no, you're not. He isn't really signed up and committed to the process if he's going to let looks dissuade him and want to give up. So I'm already very skeptical about him. But happy, Jasmine walked down the aisle. Aris saw her, she saw him. He was happy. I mean, she's beautiful. She's a pageant girl. She is gorgeous, tall, slim, perfect figure, all the things. So he was happy. He didn't run out the back. And they did it. They walked down the aisle. They got married. They were kind of like the same height. I mean, she was even maybe a little bit taller than him, but that's okay. A nice, sweet kiss at the end. I like that. So all is good, and they're off to a great start. Next up, we have Dominique and McKinley. Dominique is 25, McKinley 34, big age difference. That's scary right away. But I like his blue suit, looked quite dapper and cute. He's very cute, actually. McKinley just moved down to Nashville, of course, and he's living with a friend, and she has supposedly lived there since she was 7. Again, no detectable accent. I don't know what happened to all the accents. Don't Southern people have accents anymore? But I have questions. But there is something about McKinley that is like oozing kind of not the most confident, and that is a problem for me.
I sure hope she likes me too. The last thing I want her to do is, not be attracted to me or me not be what she wants. So what am I walking into?
Like, it's all about what she's going to think of him. What about if he doesn't find her attractive, or if he doesn't like something about her? It was all about like what he's going to do wrong. He's insecure. I feel like this guy is going to get trampled upon. And looking at the previews, this is the happiest day of their marriage today, because I think it's downhill from here for both of them. Dominique's a little of a bird brain. She couldn't remember his name. He has such a unique name. To me, it's unique. It's not like, Dave or Michael or all the other names. Why she couldn't remember his name, it seems like she's not even focused on him. She just wants to be married. That's kind of a red flag for me, that she should have zoned in on his name and what he looked like and all the things, and she was just not there. So Dominique there since she was 7, yet no accent. I'm convinced it's the acting school has made her get rid of it, because I'm convinced all these people are just using this as a stepping stone to further their careers. That's how jaded I am with Married at First Sight. But they got married, and it was so sweet. He's such a gentleman. He asked to kiss her. That was so sweet. And then she said yes, and they kissed. It was very nice. So they're off and running. So after the happy nuptials, then we got to meet the family and kind of intermingle. The couples got to talk and find out some basic things about each other, and the families got to meet. And most of the families were not supportive of their kids doing this crazy thing of Married at First Sight. So now they're all hitched, and it's the time where the family members can kind of dig into and meet their new family members and meet their son-in-law or daughter-in-law. And basically across the board, none of them are very supportive. All of them are leery and are waiting for their partner to be an axe murderer or some horrible person. Dominique's mother was no different. She was like, yeah, he's nice. Well, Jeffrey Dahmer was nice, and look what he turned out to be. That's great with that attitude. I mean, we don't need to compare him to that. And of course, everybody thinks their child is just like the best thing since sliced bread, and Dominique's mother was no different. She's a genius. She's very determined. She was potty trained at age 1. Alrighty then. It was a funny conversation. They were talking about arranged marriages and maybe Married at First Sight. And Dominique's like, oh wow, well they have a great success rate.
It's like the old days when they pre-arranged the marriage.
And they have a high success rate.
Right.
I'm like, huh? Have you seen the success rate of Married at First Sight? Possibly she was talking about the arranged marriages, because she couldn't be talking about the success rate of this show, because this is a hot mess. I mean, they're lucky if they get a few just to say yes on decision day and then split up quietly after the show stops airing. But so far, so good for Dominique and McKinley. Most of the couples were happy, just feeding each other cake and the joyous celebration of just getting hitched. It was all wonderful. It was just wonderful. Enjoy it while it lasts. Just gonna touch on this Gina and Clint. I mean, they seem to have chemistry. Clint, he gives me the EBGBs. I don't even know. I just feel like this is gonna be tough. They're both really into it, but she's got this business that keeps her grounded. He wants to sail around and travel. I don't know if this is gonna work, but they're both like gaga for each other. I think they're just totally into the process. So far so good. You know, we'll see how it goes. Clint was not feeling her being that much of a workaholic, so you could already see his little bit of a hesitation there on Clint's side. So now we go on to Aris and Jasmine. They found out they're on opposite schedules because she basically works night teaching the gym. I guess he has a normal 9 to 5, so they won't really see each other. That could work for them or against them with this whole deal. But the curious thing is she has 4 dogs, and now he finds out that she also has 9 puppies. I had to add that quick in my head. 13, and the quote of the day from Aries. He doesn't want the whole shelter at the crib. You gotta love that. I mean, that's a lot of friggin' dogs, I have to say, and I'm a puppy dog lover, but that is a lot, and that's a big adjustment for a guy who's never lived with a woman or anyone before, so. And Ari's family, just like the others, they were not feeling the pageant girl. I really think they felt like she was just like, had all the right answers and was just fake and was just like telling them what they wanted to hear. But you know what? Everyone was doing that. Everyone's just like spitting out the stuff that they know or they were told to say. So it is what it is. The true truth of those people will come out in the end, you know, pretty much right after the nuptials, and it'll start happening. On to Kirsten and Shaquille. I like him still. He's so sweet. God-loving man, you know, and he can dance and he's kind of cool. He seems like his personality is the only thing that saves him, because who knew that bald head, that big old bald head was the biggest red flag for her. She did not want bald, and that is still like just haunting her. She was also upset that he didn't ask to kiss her. I have to say that was a really nice touch. The one earlier who did ask to kiss, I thought that was very sweet. It was probably McKinley, since he's seems like the most polite out of the crew. But she was upset he didn't ask that. But, you know, I don't know you have to ask that. I mean, they've never done this before. Who knows what the rules are? You know, they got married and all the things, and she likes his personality. And, of course, the audience was all doing the dinging. And I'm like, they didn't kiss on the altar. Why put the pressure on? They're probably not going to kiss now. And sure enough, they did not. They did not cave to the pressure. They didn't kiss. So the dinging just went on, and that was that. They asked Jasmine if she'd possibly kiss him tonight, and she was not feeling it yet. So I have a funny feeling this is the one right out of the gates where we have an attraction just on the one side. And you know it's not good when they're like, oh, they're really nice and have a great personality. That's not a glowing report for someone who just got hitched. But, you know, we'll wait and see. Things can change, as we know. And then here is my couple for the one who I think has the most chemistry and the most right out of the blocks, that like they're the couple to beat right now. It's Nicole and Chris. I mean, Chris seems really chill and easygoing and just says all the right things. Nicole talks so much, but you know what? I didn't have to marry her. She talks a whole lot. She sounds, not to generalize, she sounds like she's from Long Island. I don't know. I don't hear any Nashville in any of these people. I don't know what it is, but another one, not an accent to be found. But she's really into it. They're super attracted to each other. I mean, they're both talkers, which I don't know. She didn't give him a chance to talk, but I guess he's a talker too. She was definitely a talker. She sees no red flags, and she's nervous because everything seems so great. And I'm like, fear not, the shitstorms are coming. It always does. It always does, Nicole. And they both have dogs, and we've seen how that can just wreak havoc on a relationship in the past. They both have dogs. I mean, a lot will be determined if those dogs get along, because your loyalty is always to your firstborn dog. I mean, so hopefully that won't be a deal breaker for them there. So in true Married at First Sight form, I guess they must have prompted him, oh, go ask, what are you going to do on your wedding night? Is anybody going to get lucky? And I'm just like, and they all said the classic, you know, answer of just like, no, I want to respect her. I want to build a foundation, which is the right answer, actually, you know. And so it doesn't look like anybody's getting lucky tonight. The only ones I think that had a chance were Nicole and Chris, but everybody else is getting to know each other. Well, that was my recap. I think the true drama will start next week when they settle into married life, but I'll be here each week recapping it. So if you like my recap, please subscribe and hit that notification bell and like the video, or dislike it. If you don't like it, just hit dislike, because then I'll know that too. But anyway, I will see you next time. Bye.